The sky is a hunting ground. This is the first and most important truth. For the hill clan, the open slopes that give them a view of the world also make them a target. For the river clan, the wide flat banks that provide fish also offer no cover. And the hunter that owns the sky is a god of hunger and shadow. It is the Quetzalcoatlus, the sky tyrant, a creature of impossible scale. When it flies, its shadow is a fast-moving storm cloud that blots out the sun, but the slow, rhythmic tearing of giant leather sails. Its head is the size of a wolf, a long toothless beak engineered for one purpose, to pluck the soft, warm bodies of men from the earth. 3 days ago, it took Ellis from the hill clan. One moment he was stalking a wild goat, the next, a shadow fell, a piercing shriek cut the air, and he was gone, lying uselessly in the grass. This is the brutal reality of prehistoric life, a world where even the air itself is hostile. For these early humans, exposed territory is a death sentence. The hill clan and river clan share a bloodline, a common great-grandmother that makes their kinship system an angled web of third and fourth cousins. They have been neighbors for generations, sometimes trading, sometimes fighting over a patch of berry bushes. But now, their shared vulnerability has become a crushing weight. Orin, elder of the hill clan, feels that weight in his bones. He is a man whose strength is no longer in his arms, but behind his eyes. He has seen too many hunters vanish into the sky. He knows that to remain separate is to be picked off, one by one, until both clans are nothing but ghost stories whispered by the fire. He has called for a meeting. The proposal is radical, terrifying. The two clans must become one. They must abandon their ancestral homes and find a new place, a defensible place together. It is a bitter medicine, a surrender of identity for the sake of survival. He meets K, the young, bald-chested leader of the river clan, in the barren no man's land between their territories. K is suspicious. His clan has always seen the hill people as weak. You would have us hide in a cave like marmots, he scoffs. We are hunters. Orin does not rise to the challenge. His gaze is fixed on the vast, empty blue above them. The sky tyrant does not care for your pride, boy, he says, his voice a dry rasp. A shadow passes over them, swift and immense. Both men flinch instinctively, their hands flying to their spears. They look up. The Quetzalcoatlus is circling high above, a dark cross against the sun. It is a silent, terrifying punctuation to Orin's words. The beast is not hunting them now, merely surveying its domain. But its presence is an argument more powerful than any Orin could make. K's bravado evaporates, replaced by the cold, primal fear that every human knows. His eyes now holding a reluctant understanding. The merger is no longer a choice. It is the only path left. The negotiations take place in the thin, neutral light of dawn, in a place where the shadows are short and offer no menace. The leaders of the two clans sit in a circle, the weight of their ancestors on their shoulders. They speak of the practicalities of the merger, how to choose a new home, how to organize the hunts, how to honor both sets of traditions. It is a monumental task, the first true act of large-scale social engineering in their shared hominid history. K, the river clan leader, speaks with passion and force. He argues for a community built on strength, where the best hunters led and receive the largest shares. It is a simple, brutal meritocracy, the way of his people. Orin sits quietly, letting the younger men speak. He does not argue. He listens. When it is his turn, he does not speak of strength or glory. He speaks of fairness, of family. He takes a stick and draws in the soft dust. It is a map, a diagram of their new world. We must not forget who we are, he says, his voice calm and reasonable. We are two families becoming one. The new clan must reflect this. He proposes a system of alternating chief hunters, one from each bloodline, to be chosen each new moon. He sketches out a new camp with the fire at the center, and the shelters arranged in a circle. To show we are equal, he explains. He divides the future hunting grounds, giving the river clan, the better fishers, primary rights to the new stream, and the hill clan, the better trackers, the rights to the adjoining woods. It all seems perfectly logical, a masterful plan for resource allocation that honors both clans. Tovikai and his elders nod, impressed by Orin's wisdom. The old man seems to be offering them everything they could want: respect, autonomy, and a fair share of the bounty. They do not see the trap, the subtle poison in the heart of the plan. They do not see that the hunting grounds by the river are more and more prone to flooding, while the woods are vast and full of game. They do not see that the system of alternating chiefs ensures that Orin's bloodline will be in power for half of all time, regardless of merit. They do not see that the careful arrangement of shelters places Orin's family and his closest allies nearest the central fire and the cave entrance, the positions of greatest comfort and security. It is a quiet, bloodless coup. Orin is not using a spear, he is using his intellect. His deep understanding of human nature, our desire for fairness, our respect for tradition, our short-sighted greed. He is building a permanent social hierarchy right before their eyes, and they are too blinded by his performance of wisdom to see the cage he is constructing. He is gerrymandering their future, drawing the lines of their new society in a way that gives his descendants a permanent, structural advantage. The River Clan agrees to the terms. They believe they have forged an equal partnership. Orin knows he has just guaranteed that his great-grandchildren will rule over theirs. The map in the dust is not a blueprint for a new clan. It is a testament to the birth of politics. The new home is a deep canyon carved by a forgotten river. Its high, sheer walls making a direct aerial assault impossible. The unified clan, now 50 strong, works together. Their combined numbers a powerful deterrent. The fear of the Sky Tyrant is the forge that welds them into a single, functional unit. When the Quetzalcoatlus appears, a dark shape against the sliver of visible sky, it is met not with scattered, terrified individuals, but with a coordinated defense. A dozen hunters with spears and slings stand ready at the canyon mouth, a porcupine's nest of defiance. The great beast circles, its intelligent eyes assessing the new reality. It shrieks in frustration and flies on in search of easier prey. The clan roars in triumph. They have won. They have defeated a god. But the victory celebration is short-lived. The cracks in Orin's perfect union begin to show. When the first alternating chief is chosen, it is Orin's nephew, a mediocre hunter, who takes command of the hunt, as was his right by the new law. He leads them to the rich woodlands that Orin had allocated to his own people. They return with a massive kill, a young triceratops. Meanwhile, Tovik's best hunters, relegated to the muddy stream, return with a few skinny fish. The disparity is stark. At the feast that night, Orin's family and allies, occupying the prime spots by the fire, eat their fill of roasted meat. Tovik's people, huddled in the colder, damper shelters at the edge of the camp, gnaw on fish bones and resentment. This is the dawn of social stratification, engineered into the very fabric of their new world. Tovik confronts Orin, his voice a low, dangerous rumble. He sees now. He sees the map in the dust for what it was, a trick. Orin does not deny it. He simply looks at Tovik with cold, pitying eyes. It is done, his gaze says. This is the way of things now. Look around you. Your people are fed. They are safe from the sky. Is a full belly in a cold shelter not better than an empty one under an open sky? He has given them survival, and in exchange, he has taken their equality. He is trapped. To break the clan apart now would be to invite the Sky Tyrant back, a death sentence for them all. He is bound by the very security Orin has provided. The old man has built a better cage, and they have all willingly walked into it. Orin has even begun subtly encouraging marriages only within his own bloodline, a primitive form of endogamy to consolidate his family's power. A new, unequal order is born, not from conquest but from a contract. The moment humanity decided to form societies larger than a single family, the seeds of politics were sown. The challenges we faced were no longer just the mammoth and the tiger, but each other. The invention of inequality was not an accident. It was a design, a strategy conceived by minds that understood that the future could be conquered not just with a spear, but with a carefully worded agreement. Orin was the first politician, the first to realize that you didn't need to be the strongest to rule. You just needed to write the rules. This is the tragic, brilliant legacy of our social evolution. We defeated the monsters of the prehistoric world only to create new, more subtle monsters within our own societies, the hierarchies and power structures that still haunt us to this day. This is the chronicle of our ascent, not a grand march but a desperate crawl, written in the language of stone, sinew, and stars. And the most dangerous maps are the ones drawn in the dust.